All right, gang, this Hexy. I went ahead and finished up the last two turns of the third scenario. Would it be bad for me to say that I was a worse battlefield commander than Bragg or Polk? That's pretty bad. I so 0 victory points for the Confederates. I didn't take anything that accounted for victory points because of all of Sherman's camps through here, this field, that field, that field, that intersection, that thing up there. The only thing I did was CI Peabody, which you get no victory points for doing that because he's only got only a part of the division's on here. Okay, so Civil War, shoulder to shoulder combat in woods. If you are in attack mode, your movement is, was it 3 or cut in half? Yeah, so for the infantry it ends up being 3. Well, it takes 2 movement points to move through another unit. Well, if you're in the woods, you can't move completely through a unit unless I'm not reading rules correctly. So if you don't get these guys in a line, and so that more combat units can get in the fray, then you're going to struggle because you'll not be able to move fresh units through. The only way that's going to happen is if somebody in front of you gets disrupted, a second disorder, and they retreat through you, and you survive the retreat and then move forward. So, and if you're disordered, you cannot move adjacent regardless of what formation you're in. You can remain adjacent, but you can't move adjacent. So, okay, so I'll have to play this one again, I think, because I think I'm going to have to be aggressive from the jump street over here on the left. Not back Cleburne off. Maybe that was my mistake. You know, like I say, a lot of the game's going to depend on your die rolls. Probably should have just gone ahead and right in attack mode and right up the hill. And then the same thing with the part of Rugel's division that's over here on the left. So Sherman, other than getting disrupted, he never had a unit fall away. Maybe one. The cavalry that he had over here, they got chased off, but there was no way they were going to defend that. And then McClernand shows up, and from what I was just watching some documentaries, that the most veteran troops for the Union on the battlefield were McClernand's and Hurlbut's. That Sherman and Prentice's divisions were all green. So I tried to be aggressive as I could. I've got multiple brigades that almost pretty much literally never saw combat because I could never get them in there close enough. I probably made a mistake here with Cheatham because I should have I had moved him this way, and I said, no, you know what, I'm going to pull him back and go back around this way. I should have probably just sent him right up here behind Cleburne and helped drive that attack. Who knows what might have happened. And maybe if I could have got the center part here shook up and chased them away from Shiloh Church, which is still sitting under Sherman, and his headquarters is still sitting back here, never even got close to that. Put a couple of units on the Union side into attack mode so that they could be just slightly more aggressive through this area here, and it apparently worked. The last turns I was trying to get these Confederate brigades up in here, but every time they get up here and fire and or get into the face of that artillery, that Union artillery that's sitting there, the artillery can punish them a little bit. And then you turn around, the infantry fires right behind them. And, there's batteries of Union guns sitting here and here that moved in early and got in those positions. Then you got the guns here and the guns here. So, and like I say, Veach was coming in, and while he's got some low ammos there, he's really untouched. The last regiment of Peabody's got back behind the line. So, they got plenty of force over here. So, yeah, so 4 turns. You need to get everybody, I think, into attack mode, or you get them in advance mode and you get as many up there as possible, and then if you drive something away, then if a unit is in advance mode, he'll have enough movement points to at least move through a unit into the next text, through a friendly unit into the next text, as long as it's not going to be adjacent to anybody unless it's artillery. So, I have to reconsider this and replay this one here because I don't think I got what I should have out of the Confederates. I don't think I pushed hard enough. Of course, you talk about the Civil War, that all the hand-to-hand and melee fighting, not quite as often as everybody thinks it was. Their version of toe-to-toe was toe-to-toe and shooting. So I've always wanted to sort of play these games with that in mind and attempt to do that. I've got a feeling that advanced mode here, although this was pretty successful, the ability to be able to get fresh units into the fight with the limited movement in attack mode, yeah, I think I have to reconsider that in this game. So, yeah, we'll revisit that next scenario that we set up to do this. All right, so this is the scenario 3, 4 turns, 0 victory points for the Confederates. So that's just a total loss for them. All right, so Into the Woods, guys, the latest thing here for Great Battles of American Civil War. This is great stuff. This is a fun one. You want to play the full game. It's 2 maps side by side, so there's a regular standard size table. You can probably get it on there. All right, let's get the same poster so you can see how my butt whooping that was handed to me turned out. And I hope those you out there that got it get some playtime in, get some pictures taken. There are some out there doing it. Get some footage up. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon.